So I don't know exactly what I'm titling this video. This is just kind of, I'm caught up now with One Piece, and I know I've been slacking. I'm terrible, you know. If you watch my update video, then you know what's up or whatever. But like, I just want to talk some One Piece, because at the end of the day, no matter what, and let's be clear, no matter, I may miss a chapter, I may miss 3, 4 chapters, whatever the case may be, we need to be clear on something. I will always, until I can't no more, review One Piece. And you know why? You know why? I've said it before, but I'll tell you again. Because One Piece is greatness, okay? We need to be clear on that. We need to be, is that established right now? Is it clear that Marineford is one of the best arcs in all of, I want to say manga, because the anime is good too, but I want to say in all of manga. Can we be clear on that as well? Oh, ForneverWorld, what the fuck are you talking about? It's not, shut up. It's great, alright? Just stop it. Now, with that being said, let's talk about some of the stuff that's happened recently. So, we got out of Big Mom's past, her backstory. There was a couple of people that witnessed what happened. One of them became one of her peoples on her crew. And we seen the rise to, you know, fame, so to speak, or notoriety that Big Mom had as a pirate and whatnot. And honestly, just once again, going back to the last time I talked about Big Mom, it just kind of seems like she's misunderstood and was misguided. If she had somebody guide her in the right direction and understood her and didn't try to use her and actually did what she needed and fed the bitch whenever, because at the end of the day, let's be real, it's because Big Mom is a big bitch. She want food, you know what I'm saying? She want food. So that was one of her downfalls. Until this day, that's something that drives her fucking nuts. Like, one of the big things she was mad about and all of this was like, yeah, of course, the photo of Mother Caramel, but it was fucking, oh shit, the wedding cake that I wanted to eat. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So we seen what Big Mom's case is and whatnot. And honestly, it was a decent flashback. It wasn't the tragedy one. It was more so tragic in its own scenario, in a sense of like, yeah, she fucked her own life up by being a nut job and shit like that. So we had that. Let's talk about the Power Rangers. I mean, the Germa 66 or the Vinsmoke family. What the fuck? When they went into that Power Ranger transformation, I believe that was last week's chapter or 2 weeks ago or whatever, I was like, okay, what the fuck? I mean, I guess that's something that Oda can do, because it's like, what hasn't One Piece done already? It's done a lot, you know what I'm saying? And it was kind of neat. I mean, personally, out of all of them, though, aside from Sanji, take Sanji out that equation, because Sanji ain't even a part of that, and we'll talk about that in a bit, whatever. Sanji, he's not a Vinsmoke no more. He's just Sanji of the fucking Straw Hat Pirates. Let's be clear about that, okay? Reiju. That's the bait right there, Reiju. I ain't gonna lie, I would have been right there with Sanji and Luffy when they did what they did in the latest chapter, because out of all of them, she's the sickest, she's the baddest. Like, her power, just like, give me some of that Reiju, bruh. So, transformation was I liked the fact that even though the Vinsmoke, they're pieces of shit. What Papa Vinsmoke, what Judge did to Sanji back in the day, you can't redeem that. You know what I'm saying? Locking your son in a fucking jail cell and treating him like shit and telling him when he finally did leave that, you know, pretend that you're dead, never say that I'm your family and shit like that. What Judge is trying to accomplish at this point by saying, you know, we don't want to owe you and going out in the battlefield to protect them and shit like that, well, let them get away at the very least. Is like, it's honorable, but it's honorable in a, I'm a piece of shit and I'm gonna do what I gotta do. But I think by the end of all of this, even after what Sanji said, because of what Sanji did after the fact, there might be some, not necessarily good blood or any bonding or, hey, Dad, I love you. But I think by the end of all this, Judge will have some sort of respect for Sanji. I think that that's as far as it'll go, and I don't know if Sanji will have respect for them. I think he'll have some caring, especially for Reiju, that's his sister, so he's gonna have some caring for her at the very least, and, you know, maybe his brothers. Nah, I don't see that happening either. So it was nice to see, but one of the best things I loved is when Sanji said, listen, say it right now, I'm not your son, I'm not a Vinsmoke. Sanji Vinsmoke died that day. Just saying that shit right now, give me them goosebumps. Just saying that. I love Sanji, you know what I'm saying? So just seeing that part, amazing. Really good. I mean, do I really need to go into the reviewing aspect for this, what, 3 or 4 chapters that I missed? I want to say it was 3 chapters. I think the last chapter I reviewed was like 867, something like that. So it's been about 3 chapters that I missed the one, not including the latest one. So, you know, in the 3 chapters, it's been fucking awesome. So we're not going to go into that. We're just going to talk about the specifics of certain aspects and things that occurred. Caesar Clown. I love how Oda's giving everybody their small part, and Caesar, he's still under the threat. I hope by the end of this arc, at the very least, whatever happens with Caesar, give the man his fucking heart back. Whether he's gonna die, which I don't think he's gonna die, because I think he's too popular at this point for Oda to kill him. But then again, Whitebeard and Ace were pretty fucking popular, and Oda pulled the trigger, so you never know. But Caesar Clown, I see him getting his heart back potentially at the end of all this, but he's still under the threat. let's talk about fucking Capone, Beige, monster. When he had the fucking castle, what was it, perfected? I forget what it was called, but just seeing that shit was pretty awesome. But then again, it's like, you gotta remember what we're facing. So for the people that are kind of like, damn, Capone, you weak, bro. It's Big Mom bashing her fat ass into the fucking castle. What do you expect? And I felt bad. You see Capone there all bloody and shit like that, and he kept it real. Like, you know what? I really didn't give a fuck what happened to you guys. You guys could have died. You guys, whatever would happen, I didn't really care. But I do care about my loving kid and my wife and my people, and I'm gonna do everything I can to save them. So the little plan that he cooked up, it was decent, and I knew something was gonna happen. It wasn't gonna just be easy pickings. First of all, this is a story. Second of all, it's One Piece. It's never just a direct line. One Piece, it's like it zigzags and goes up, down, like, you know what I'm saying? It's One Piece. So when Sanji and Luffy jumped out of fucking Capone, I was like, yeah, that's what they do. They jump out of motherfuckers. And it's like, I'm glad, because I was gonna say, like, I want all of this Big Mom shit in one way or another to be resolved in the Big Mom Whole Cake Island arc, you know what I'm saying? I want it to be resolved. So the fact that they didn't just completely escape right there and they're going to stay on the battlefield, I don't know if the rest of the Straw Hats that they're with is going to bounce or whatnot, but, well, I don't think so. Even if they're scared or whatever, the Straw Hats usually, oh, okay, Luffy and Sanji left, I guess we're going to, and maybe I missed it. Maybe they already jumped out of there, but Sanji and Luffy are on the battlefield now, so I expect some chaos. I don't know if I'm expecting a death on our side, but maybe all of the Vinsmoke, except Reiju. Please don't kill Reiju, but maybe all of the Vinsmoke will die. Honestly, with it being Big Mom at this point, we got the Vinsmoke on the field, and they were getting fucked up, and you got Big Mom, all of her people and shit like that. Somebody gotta die. Somebody got to die, because this is too much right now. Big Mom is way too much, and seeing Luffy and Sanji coming through, that was fucking epic. And I love, when you think about it, the dynamics of Luffy and Sanji's relationship that's been built up all the way from the beginning. Well, of course, the beginning of the series, but in particular, everything that they went through in Whole Cake Island, building up to this point, both of them going together, fighting Big Mom and her people and shit like that. It's perfect. You know, Oda does it the way he does that One Piece greatness. You know what I'm saying? And I don't give a fuck what everyone says. Oh, ForneverWorld, you're dick riding. Fuck you. How about that? Great shit right there, and I'm looking forward to seeing where it goes. I mean, as a whole, One Piece lately, it's been fucking phenomenal. Everything, it's just been great. I mean, I would argue towards the end, Big Mom's flashback did drag a little bit. I didn't really care to see about the two witnesses of what Big Mom did, but maybe one of those witnesses could be Big Mom's downfall. Maybe one of them telling her that could shatter her mind, like, hey, by the way, you know you ate your family, bitch? Like, maybe that'll fuck her up, so maybe that was why it was important, because if that doesn't amount to nothing, then I kind of feel as though that chapter in particular was a waste of our time in a way. Just saying. Also, where the fuck is Pudding at? I haven't seen Pudding in a bit. I'm kind of curious to see what that bitch is up to, but, I mean, as a whole, between everything that's been somewhat built up and resolved, I don't want to say it's completely resolved yet with the Vinsmoke and Sanji, great shit, Luffy and Sanji working together, and I really appreciated the fact that the Straw Hats were keeping it real. The only reason Luffy and Sanji jumped out was to save Reiju, but they were being clear. That wasn't our mission to fight Big Mom. Our mission was to come save Sanji. Sanji wanted to save the Vinsmoke and da-da-da-da-da. We didn't come here to fight. Let's go. But, of course, things always go, you know, one way or another in One Piece. And honestly, again, it's been fucking phenomenal. I've been loving it. You know, I'm still there. Even when you don't see me on camera, it's never gonna stop with One Piece. That shit is ingrained in my soul. Kind of curious what you guys been thinking about One Piece lately, though. Of course, you gotta think it's great. It's One Piece right now. But on a real, what did you think about the Vinsmoke's transformations? How did you feel about the relationship between Sanji and his family and the resolution that they seemingly came to? How do you think all this is gonna play out in the end? Do you see the Vinsmoke, or at the very least, some of them dying? Somebody gotta die, right? And if somebody is going to die in this battle, who is it gonna be? Let's be clear. It's not gonna be the Straw Hats. If one of the Straw Hats died, I don't even know. I just don't see it happening, but I'd be shocked than a motherfucker. Also, what do you think about Capone? Maybe Capone could die. I didn't think about that. Like, I wouldn't be surprised if Capone dies, although I do see the worst generation at the end of all of this being together and fighting in the big war that's probably going to go down by the end of One Piece and shit like that. So maybe he won't, whatever. But how did you feel about his transformation? It wasn't the greatest thing in the world, but then again, it's fucking Big Mom attacking, and it's essentially Big Mom running her big ass into Capone, you know what I'm saying? And your overall thoughts of One Piece as a whole recently? Again, always good shit. It's just kind of like, gotta edge out the details of what's amazing and what's kind of and for the most part it's been amazing. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And yes, baby, we back on that One Piece greatness. It never stopped. Have an awesome one.